Welcome back to my channel. Hey, it has been so long since I made a YouTube video. I completely just fell off. Things happen and life goes on, yada yada yada. I've said that a million and one times, but seriously y'all, for real, the last video that I made, I was sharing my testimony and my story as to why I moved back to the United States from Uganda. And since I've been back in the United States, I wanted to share with you some things that I've been doing, what I've been working on, and how I've been transitioning here in the States. Hey, so I'm going to be keeping my eye on the road. I am on my way to pick my son up. I'm not gonna lie, I'm a little disappointed at the quality of the schools. I guess it's been that long since I've had my son in a state public school system, and the differences in between a state public school system and a private international school overseas is I mean, there's no comparison, and the differences are amazing. He is in a school, well, first of all, his classroom size is 36. He was in a class of 20. No other additional support with the teacher, no real accountability for homework. I don't see much differentiation going on in the classroom. I know I'm speaking a lot of teacher terms, but I just feel like he's already been marginalized. You know, coming in the door here we go, another black kid. The first thing the teacher says to me, oh, he's very well behaved. Well, what makes you think that he wouldn't be well behaved? Because he's black? So don't start with me. I'm just like, why? Okay, so anyway, I'm having a moment. Anyway, so then, like, okay, so he goes to school with a mix of kids, which in some regards, okay, fine, that might be a good thing, but all of the teachers don't look like us. And you know what they say, like, most of these teachers are here because they're trying to fulfill a grant requirement, pay back a student loan, and they want to quote unquote help, whatever, the minority or disadvantaged. But there are a lot of white children at this school as well, so it's just mixed emotions. He's fine. My son adapts well to schools and different environments. That's something that he's been doing for years, and I know that being here is no different. And plus, we, of course, being around the comfort of family. But for me, I find it a little bit disadvantaging because the other school was providing all these extracurricular programs, different activities for them to get involved in. Here, everything is outside of the school. You have to go to your community centers, your libraries, recreation centers to find additional activities to get your children involved in. And the quality is not that good. I just took him to a coding class the other day. If you check out my Instagram, you'll know what I'm talking about. In addition to coding, I've put him in a couple of other programs. So on Saturday mornings, he goes to chess and mentoring with 100 Black Men. He's so excited he finally got a bike, so we go bike riding quite often. I actually haven't gotten a bike, but I use that time to do walking or jogging around the neighborhood or in the local park, so it's been really, really fun. Healthier here, and for the most part, he's happy. I don't want him to digress. I know that it'll get better. I know that after next year, well, my challenge also is I don't want to keep moving him to schools. He's in 4th grade now. I could easily put him into another school in 5th grade, a magnet school, but then the way schools are structured here is that after 5th grade, they go into middle school, and that means another school. Unless I put him into a charter K through 8 school. The quality of charter 8 through 8 schools out here are, well, I haven't done a lot of my research, so I'm in the process of doing that. If I want to keep that momentum high, because you know what happens with our boys, we have to keep them engaged, keep them feeling like what they're doing is purposeful and meaningful. So let me go pick him up. I'll be right back. Did you have a good day? Don't be acting like that. Did you have a good day? Don't be telling me Okay, I have been blessed with a new job. These pictures were taken when I first started my job. I was actually just getting in my classroom setting up. My school situation is a lot different. I'm in an all predominantly white school, and I'm one of the only black teachers there. And just things have been different. Things have been different in terms of trying to adjust to a new school culture, a new form of expectation, new way of teaching, a new difference of curriculum style. Being back in the United States, teaching the American system's way in a public school, so you already know how that is. And I've already seen a lot of limitations already in the classrooms of other teachers that have black children. So it is very, very heart-wrenching, to say the least, in terms of the comparison and also the quality of education. Even for my son, I know the first couple of weeks he breezed through everything, and now I feel like he's adopted that lazy culture of doing and learning, because some of the other students are doing that, and they're not pushed to capacity like they are in a more of an international or IB magnet school. So trying to get him more motivated and inspired to push himself past all the limitations that he's made up in his mind, has been very challenging. I'm working on a couple of projects now that I'm very, very excited to share with you very soon, that cater to the single mother of color. I've been blogging more consistently. Most of my topics are centered around single moms and stepping out on faith and taking risks. So check my blog out at KristenJWoodruff.com. I'm also working on an ebook for single moms, so stay tuned. In my spare time, I try to work out. I've been getting up in the mornings, at the gym by 5:30, eating healthier, making sure that I'm maintaining a holistic, healthy lifestyle. I've also started I joined a new church, and I like it. It's here in Vegas, and I'll keep you updated on that progress. Though overall, things have been really, really good during this transition, and I've been just trying to step more out on faith in everything that I'm doing, and just allowing God to direct my path. I really do miss things in Uganda. I think the lifestyle there was non-comparable in so many different ways than it is in the U.S. I'm living with family. That's very humbling. I've been on my own since I was in high school, since I was in college, and I've always had my own. And I like having my own. I like to be free. I like to have my space. And I've had to really, really, really humble myself in the interim while I transition and while I become stable, because being unemployed for a few months and trying to get yourself back on your feet is very, very difficult. But with the grace of God, everything has been working out in my favor, and I'm thankful that I have a job to go to. I'm thankful that my son is healthy now, that his asthma is not a problem here. He's not had any more asthma attacks since we've been back in the U.S. So woohoo! I think that in the summers here in Vegas, that the asthma can get a little bit worse with the difference in season changes and some of the allergens that are in the environment in the summer months. But since we've been here, he hasn't had any problems. I have him very active in a lot of different sports. And he's just, constantly moving and growing and learning and building. And as a single mom, I'm continuously trying to inspire, encourage him to be the very best that he can be. And I love him for that, and I love the opportunity to be able to continue to expose him to so many multiple platforms. I know that we have more accessibility to things here than we did in Uganda, but I was so thankful for the culture and the exposure that he did have while he was there. And I thank each and every one of you for still following me on this journey, although I've transitioned back to the U.S., that you're still interested in my story and you're still interested in hearing what I have to say. So bless your heart for that. Wanted just to give you a little spotlight, let you know that I am doing just fine. I've just been completely busy, but I'm good. And everything is all good, and I'll be in touch. Look out for my new series about single moms and some upcoming projects.
thank you so much for watching. Make sure you subscribe to my channel if you haven't done so already. I will also leave links below of my blog, my website, my Periscope, my Instagram. Make sure that you follow me on those different platforms because I post more regularly there. So, with all that being said, be blessed and highly favored, queens and kings, and I will see you very, very soon. God bless.